feel guilty about wanting more for yourself, you feel like you're going to be letting someone down. So this could be about looking for work that you find more fulfilling and you enjoy, or it could be about relocating to a place that you aspire to live in, or maybe it's about just finding something more meaningful to do for yourself. You feel guilty about wanting to do these things because you feel like you're going to be letting someone down. So I've had someone say to me that they are afraid to leave their current role to do something that they enjoy more because they feel like they'll be helping fewer people. I've had someone say that they are unable to leave the place they live in to relocate because they feel like they'd be abandoning their parent. I've had myself had this experience. I was afraid of leaving my job because I felt like I was abandoning the team that I built. Whatever the circumstances, if you feel guilty about leaving something behind in order to pursue something that you enjoy, we really need to dig deep to understand what it is that's creating that guilty feeling. In this video, we'll look at what's behind that guilt, and I'll show you that choosing yourself doesn't automatically mean that you have to let other people down. I want you to look at guilt differently so that you can give yourself permission to explore what it is you actually want and why you want it. Before we start, if you know that you want something different, but you're not really clear what it is you want, then I suggest you start with the Next Chapter Roadmap. It's a great place to help you get the clarity as to what it is you want and understand what it is that might be holding you back. So let's look at the guilt and what's happening. If you know what it is that you want to move towards, whether it's to relocate, to work in a different sector, to do something more meaningful, to leave a relationship, what about it is attracting you towards taking that action? I want you to get really specific about what it is that is attracting you. Is it the work? Is it the environment? Is it the people? Is it the way they interact? Is it the subject matter? What exactly is it that's driving that pull? You need to really dig deep and really understand what's driving you towards that attraction. What is the magnetic force that's pulling you towards it? I really want you to know what it is you're seeking and why. Now let's look at your current situation and the guilt that surrounds it. And I want you to be really specific about what it is you're feeling. You also need to be 100% honest about it in order to just really understand what's driving your guilt. Because guilt is usually associated with our old conditioning, our expectations that we hold, and the beliefs that we hold about ourselves. Often we feel guilt because there is some sort of obligation associated with the person, the situation, or the environment. So we need to identify what it is that's driving that guilt. So firstly, what is it that you feel guilty about? And be really specific with your words, because the words can hold a lot of information. So for example, I want to go off and do something I enjoy more. However, I feel like I'll be abandoning my team. See the word abandoning? That is the key word there, and that provides a lot of insight into what's driving that guilt. So choose your words carefully. And then I want you to ask yourself, who are you letting down by choosing yourself? And again, this will give you insight into who it is that you are letting down. Is it those people, or is it actually someone else? And then I want you to ask, why do you think you're letting those people down? Because that will give you insight as to where that guilt has come from. So where do beliefs originate from? In the previous question, you probably came up with a few beliefs that surround your stuckness. So where you are now, you're stuck in that situation because you believe that you're helping more people in your current role. Let's say you're helping 20 people in one day versus helping only 5 people in the role that you want to move towards. Your belief is that I need to be helping more people versus doing something that I enjoy. In this situation, you're not really comparing apples and apples here, because they're quite different scenarios. Where you're helping a large number of people, you're helping them in a slightly different way to the work that you do with fewer people. So as a fitness instructor, I can have the same dilemma. I can teach a class of 10 people in 1 hour, or I can work with one person in an hour. The outcomes for each situation is going to be different. So in the class, they may improve their fitness, but will they all improve in terms of the rehabilitation as quickly as working with someone one-to-one? The one-to-one person, I can see every single movement they're making, so I can tweak it there and there with them so that they get improvements faster. With a group, I'm not able to do that as well because I can't keep my eyes on 10 people all the time. So the outcomes are different. So the group of 10, after 6 weeks, they will have some improvement, but will it be as good as the person who's only worked with me one-to-one? The likelihood is they won't have improved as much. Some may have, but some may not have. Whereas if you work one-to-one, the outcome is always going to be better. So there's a compromise there. When it comes to looking at what it is that you want to do, and if you are drawn towards working with fewer people, what is it that draws you there? So we did this in the first question when I said, what's that magnetic appeal of what you're drawn to? So it might be that you're drawn to the technicality of the work, the problem solving aspect, the connection with just working with someone one-to-one. Those are the things that might be drawing you there. Or vice versa, if you're currently working only one-to-one and you're drawn to working with groups, you might be looking for the dynamic approach with the interaction with multiple people all at one go. There's different appeals there, and it doesn't mean that you have to choose either or. You could do a combination of both. So when I work, I do a combination of both. I don't do one or the other because they provide different things and they stimulate me differently. So this might be the same for you, but it's important to understand where that belief originated from. Where and why do you believe that helping more people is more important than you doing work that you enjoy? And what is it about that work that you enjoy that you are willing to give up in order to do something just because you're helping more people? So there's two aspects there to explore. When you also know what's really important to you, that's what should be driving your behaviors and your choices. So if you know that you really enjoy the problem solving aspect of your work, or you really enjoy that one-to-one connection, those are the things that are really going to light you up and energize you. So that's the type of work really that you should be moving more towards. Whereas if you find the group work is quite draining and less motivating, then that's something that you should leave behind without feeling guilty about it. But only until you understand what's driving those behaviors can you actually start to make decisions that you feel good about. And that's where we want to get to. So go through the process again. 1, what is it that appeals to you about the situation that you want to move towards? 2, what is it that you actually really feel guilty about? What's the beliefs that drive that guilty feeling? What makes you feel guilty? Are they true or are they false? Do those people really feel the way that you think they're going to feel? Or is it just the fear that you have about what they're feeling? And 3, doesn't have to be either or the other. It doesn't have to be 1 or 2. It can be a combination of both. You just got to understand what it is that you enjoy, what you want to do. And you could do a hybrid version. You don't have to choose. You just find something in between. Create your own. I do this all the time, just create my own world. And it's like working the way that I want to work. That's the way that's important to me. So do the exercises again. Go through it again. Be really honest and brutally honest about what it is that is important to you and what energizes you, what brings life back into you, what motivates you. Those are the things that should be driving your decisions, not the guilt behind it. Now, if you have no idea about what it is that you want to do, you're still really unclear about how to move forward, and even if in this situation where you know what you want to do but you're still afraid, the roadmap, the next chapter roadmap, is still a great way to start because it is a step-by-step guide to getting you to your next step. So if right now you still feel quite unclear on how to move forward, get the roadmap. I'll tell you what your next step is so you can just start to move forward without having to overthink everything. The link for the roadmap will be in the description or in the comments, or you can just comment roadmap and I'll send it to you.